Good morning, Abington Senior High School. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
Cause mama, I'm a short handle now, yes sir. Yeah, hard handle now. Oh yeah,
Good morning, Abington. I'm Sasha.
And I'm Siani. Welcome to another episode of The Bang.
Congratulations to Coach Marsh and the boys basketball team for their 2 wins this past weekend. The team has a big home game tomorrow versus Plymouth Whitemarsh. Come out and support the Ghost.
This is the last week to donate Toys for Tots, which is a drive to collect new toys for less fortunate families in our area. You can earn up to 3 service hours for your donation, so please bring donations to any of the bins around the school. That's it for us, but stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Alex Rosa. The Abington Buddies Club will be hosting an annual gingerbread house decorating event on Wednesday, December 6th, which will take place at Cafeteria A after school. We are asking for candy donations to help out with this fun activity. If you are able to contribute a bag or box of candy, please drop it off to Mrs. Jelinski in room A151. Happy holiday. See you there.
Hi and welcome to Soundscaping. Today I'm here with Mr. Turner and we're talking about Elephant Six Recording Collective Company. Can you tell me a little bit about Elephant Six?
Yeah, Elephant Six is not necessarily one band. It's a collective of musicians and bands. They started in Athens, Georgia, but they actually spread across the U.S. In the mid to late 90s, they still survived into the early aughts. And started with some key musicians just wanting to make music on their own, wanting to use some old recording techniques inspired by bands like the Beatles, the Beach Boys, Velvet Underground, definitely inspired by the 60s scene and psychedelic music, but also pop music too. And at the time they came out, there was a great variety of music coming out from those bands, but a number of musicians would be on other groups' bands. If they needed some horns, there would be these musicians that were part of the collective that could come in and do it. And they would tour often together too. And it was never a surprise to see like a bass player playing in all 3 bands that night because they needed a bass player for all of them. So it was something that I would say was underground. I wasn't seeing any videos on MTV. I wasn't necessarily hearing any of it on the radio either. So it was traded with LPs. You'd find out about bands at shows of other bands and just friends that got turned on to things and let you know about this band and when they were coming to town.
Is that how you first found out about Elephant Six?
That's exactly how I found out about Elephant Six. My friend Jim, who went to the Art Institute in Philadelphia, and this was around 1998 to 2000, he met somebody who turned him on to an album called Black Foliage by the Olivia Tremor Control. And this album was something different from anything we've heard. One thing we really liked about it was that there were both whole songs, but then there were moments of sound in between the songs. And so it wasn't really like going down a list of tracks. Everything just blended together. And there was all kinds of weird instruments on this album too. So my friend Jim, he shows me this album. He actually had it on vinyl. We'd hang out in his basement listening to it, and then we saw that the Olivia Tremor Control were coming to the Trocadero Theater, and we got our tickets, and it was a really strange show. We'd usually go to the Trocadero Theater, and there would be a show that would start at around 8, main band would go on 9:30, it'd be over by 11. And this show started at 6 o'clock, and we got there at 6 o'clock, and what we found was there was about 7 bands that were going on, and they were all from the Elephant Six Collective, and Olivia Tremor Control, being the last act, had everybody who was in the other bands on stage. They had about 14 people there. And they also marched through the audience to get to the stage. And to this day, it's one of my most memorable concerts I've ever been to.